y'all, and welcome back to the Pendryhome, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Lakin, and today's video is going to be a bunch of footage all combined together, as y'all see, from Thursday, May 23rd, all the way until the 4th of July. And so I actually have only picked up the camera 3 times since May 23rd, and I'm about to tell you guys why, and then we will move on to the new house where we're living at, and all of that, and then also just some clips of the 4th of July as well. And there is also a really yummy dessert recipe in this video as well, so you're not going to want to miss that. But so as y'all see, starting off here in this video, we are still in our old house, and this was the last video actually filmed in this house, and I was just taking down all of the Americana decor, and then also I had started packing up the house as well. This was pretty much just a week after I had had my surgery, and I was feeling really good. But then something from the time I filmed this video until y'all will see like the second week of June, I ended up like becoming an excruciating pain. I ended up pulling my hips back out of place. I don't know if it was from the surgery and it being, on my uterus, and it just kind of threw my pelvic floor completely back out, which if you've been around, then y'all know that after I had my son, I had to go through pelvic floor therapy. And I feel like it's been, still a kind of work in progress type of thing. Definitely so much better. I was so thankful to go through that. It helped tremendously. And I don't know if it was just the hormones and where everything was just weaker from having the surgery. That's why it kind of got thrown back out again. But I ended up having to go to a chiropractor and getting everything put back into joint. So then I was just resting a lot, trying not to do a lot, all while knowing that we were moving. And then after we got after all of that kind of healed up, it took about 2 weeks, I would say, for me to feel like I could even walk again, because I couldn't even walk really. I was just in such excruciating pain. Then somehow I threw my rib out. And so then, I didn't throw my rib out. I got I can't think of the name. Anywho, but then my rib got pulled, pretty much like a pulled muscle in my rib. And I was dealing with that. So it's just been a hot mess over here recently or lately. And things are finally feeling more normal as they can be during this time of our life. I have definitely missed you guys and missed being on here and being more proactive and filming my regular schedule and everything. But of course, we are still adjusting to our new lifestyle as well since we have moved. And so now I'm going to show you guys some clips of that. So now it is Thursday, June the 13th, and I am in our new home, our new temporary home, of course, and this is our new living room. And I actually had just trimmed it, and I was like, oh, I should film this. I should film painting this. And so y'all know that we plan on obviously building a home, and back in January when we found out that we were going to have to move out of the house that we were renting, we decided that we would look we own 2 rent properties. Let me just kind of back up and say that. So we thought, we'll just find another, cheaper house to buy and fix up until we build our house, and then once our house is built, we'll move out of it and we'll just turn around and rent this property out as well. So it would just be another like rent house pretty much. But, with this economy and the way that things are, with inflation and the interest rates and everything, like it is just insane. And so we really prayed about it and really just could not find anything. Like we were looking and looking and looking and just couldn't find anything. And so it got down to the point that it was like, what are we going to do? Are we going to find something in time? Like, we had to start making some decisions as to what we were going to do. And so my parents, they've always been very supportive of me and Houston and everything that we've done. And they were like, if you can't find anything, then just come live with us. We have the whole upstairs. Nobody uses it. Like, their house is very big. And this is the house I grew up in. And so we, were like, I don't know if we want to do that or not. Obviously, because we've been married and we've lived on our own for over 4 years since we've been married, a little over 4 years. And, that's a big change after being out on your own. And we've grown into our own routines, and we're our own adults and people now, and we have a child and all this stuff, and we were like, we don't know. But it came down to the point that we prayed about it, and this was just what seemed best for our family during this time. So we said, yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what we feel like we need to do. And so that's what we're doing. So we're actually here living in my childhood home with my parents, and it's been a huge adjustment, y'all. I did not think it was going to be as big of an adjustment as it actually is, because, you think, well, I've lived there my whole life, like it's my parents, but their life has completely changed over the past 4 years. I haven't been here as well, so like their routines are completely different than what I was accustomed to. My routines are different. Of course, I have Joe Dallas and I have a husband, and so it's been a huge adjustment for us, but we're trying to figure things out and get things. But they were so gracious enough that my mom and dad were like, you have the whole upstairs to yourself, you do what you want to do with it. And so this room that I am painting, I was so excited because I love the color green. If you have been with me since my very first house that we lived in before we sold it to live in the rent house that we just have moved out of, I painted it like white and gray, and I had green doors in that house. I loved my green door. Of course, my coffee bar was the same green color, and I love incorporating green in my home. And I just really love color, and I think that over the past 4 years, I've lived very neutrally, other than like adding accent furniture that has color, or just decor and stuff. And I just wanted to have fun and really do something that was still more neutral but still more fun. And I've just really been wanting to paint because I haven't got to since we were renting and everything, and I really wanted a green living room. And so this living room doesn't have any windows. Of course, this is upstairs. It's kind of like lofted, as y'all see from the like ceilings and how everything is. And so we decided to turn this into our living room / office area. So we have our own little private area, and it's really nice. And I love the color, y'all. This color just makes me so happy. And Houston did not know that I was painting in here or anything. So he was like super surprised whenever he kind of got to see it all come together. And so it's still a work in progress. So I do plan on kind of taking you guys more along on like what I plan on doing in here. It's not decorated really. And I don't have everything fully finished how I want it yet, but y'all will see what I do have done in here. And it just makes me happy. I love it. The color is Livable Green by Sherwin-Williams, if anybody was wondering. And I love it so much. I think it's so pretty. with the oak wood in here. I love it so much. So it makes me very happy, and I was super excited to get to paint this, and then also yeah, just kind of make this into our own like little living room and our office area, and Houston's been very grateful for that as well. I'm going to show you how to make a mixed berry cobbler. I actually made this one on a shorts video back at Christmas time, and I used my canned peaches. So you're just going to start with a quart of fruit of your choice. And like I said, this can be frozen. I did a canned that I had canned a few years back, and you're just gonna want a quart of fruit for the bottom. So I'm actually doing a mix since it's the 4th of July. I'm gonna do strawberries and blueberries mix because I think that'll be super delicious. I love a mixed berry. If you have blackberries, you could definitely throw that in too. These are all farm fresh. The blueberries are from my mother-in-law's. I always try to go pick those every single year. These are actually from 2022 because last year Joe Dallas was just born, so I ended up not going and picking blueberries, of course, and freezing any. But the strawberries I actually froze. We always get them from a farm and freeze a bunch every year. I actually froze those in May of last year, right before Joe Dallas was born. So anywho, so I pretty much just cover, like I said, about a quart of fruit, and I just cover the bottom of the pan. And this is a super easy one of those like dump and go type deals. So that looks about right, and a good mix of both. Then I'm just gonna add in some vanilla. I measured this by heart. I think the recipe is like a teaspoon possibly of vanilla, but you can never have too much vanilla. So I do that, and then you're also gonna wanna do a tablespoon of cinnamon. You can either eyeball this, or you can just sprinkle it to your desire. Do that right there. And if you want to add more, you absolutely can. It depends on your preference. I'm going to kind of clean it out a little bit. And then you're going to do a tablespoon of flour into this as well. And then you do want to give this like a good little mix of the cinnamon and the flour and all of that. I try to always film on the 4th of July because I just love the 4th of July. I think it's a fun time with family or even friends. And last year I did not film again because Joe Dallas was just born. So I was in my newborn first time mama phase, and just soaking all of that in, and just didn't pull out the camera, didn't want to. We did take a picture for his first 4th of July, of course, which is super cute to look back on, and like all the videos that I have, and looking back at all those like memories, I cannot believe and that was a year ago. Now he's already a year old. Babies do not keep. All right, so once you get this, then you are just gonna take a yellow cake mix. I'm just using the Walmart brand. I think these are like $1 a box. This is why this is so easy. Don't make a mess like me. All right, and then I'm just gonna use that same spatula to cover this completely. Cup of brown sugar, and you're gonna put this on top as well, and you might have to crumble it with your fingers because I have it very packed in there. Once you get that, you're gonna take a whole stick of butter and you're gonna lay this on your cake. Okay. I'm popping this in the oven for, let me actually put it right down, for 40 minutes. I want to move right down. All right, pop this in the oven for 40 minutes. So while that was baking, of course, I needed to clean up the kitchen a little bit and then also unload the dishwasher. So my parents have a dishwasher. So while we are living here, I get the luxuries of having a dishwasher. And then, of course, when we build our house, I will have a brand new dishwasher of my own too. So it has been such a blessing. My mom she joked about it like the first few days that we lived here, about like washing dishes and stuff, because I don't really have to wash dishes anymore, other than, of course, a few dishes that you just have to wash, and we get to use the dishwasher now. So that has been so amazing, having a dishwasher. What a blessing. And if you have one, you are so blessed, because it just makes life so much easier. And I'm just so thankful that during the season I do have a dishwasher. And then, of course, after I got the kitchen kind of cleaned up, I had some laundry to do. All right, so every time I make this, it ends up with like white cake mix around the edges, but I just take a knife and kind of like stir it in there. But I promise y'all, it is fine. We taste tested it over here and it is delicious.